Greatness of Udi continued with the stories of Dr. Nephew number 1, number 2 Dr. Pillai, number 3 Shama's sister-in-law, number 4 Irani girl, number 5 Harda gentleman, number 6 Bombay lady. This chapter continues the subject the greatness of Udi and describes cases in which the application of Udi was most efficacious. We'll see the doctor's nephew now. At Malegaon, district of Nashik, there lived a doctor, qualified and degree holder. His nephew suffered from an incurable disease, tubercular bone abscess. The doctor himself and his brothers, the medicinal practitioners, tried all sorts of remedies and even an operation. There was no sign of relief, and there is no end to this little boy's suffering. Friends and relatives advised the parents of the boy to seek divine and recommend them to try Sai Baba, who was known to have cured such incurable cases and by his mere glance. The parents therefore came to Shirdi. They prostrated themselves before Baba, placed the boy before him, and pleaded humbly and respectfully and implored him to save their son. The merciful Baba comforted them, saying, "Those who resort to this masjid shall never suffer anything in this life, and to end of time. Be now carefree. Apply Udi on the abscess, and within 1 week he will recover. Believe in God. There is no masjid but Dwaravati. He who steps here will soon get health and happiness, and his sufferings will come to an end." The boy was made to sit before Baba, who moved his hands on the affected part and cast his loving glances on him. The patient was pleased, and with the application of the Udi, he began to recover and was all right after some days. The parents then left Shirdi with their son, thanking Baba for the cure, which was effected by Udi and Baba's gracious looks. After knowing this, the doctor uncle of the boy came wonderstruck and decided to see Baba while he was on his way to Bombay for some business. But at Malagon and Manmad, somebody spoke to him against Baba and poisoned his ears. He therefore dropped the idea of visiting Shirdi and went to Bombay directly. He wanted to spend the rest of his leave at Alibag, but Bombay he heard 3 successive nights a voice crying out, "Still you disbelieve me?" Then the doctor changed his mind to resolve and then go to Shirdi. He had to attend in Bombay to a case of infectious fever, which showed no signs of abatement soon. So he thought that the Shirdi trip would be postponed. However, the proposed a test, proposed a test in his mind and said, "If the patients get all right today, I start for Shirdi tomorrow." The wonder is that exactly the time when the determination was taken, the fever began to abate and the temperature became normal. Then he went to Shirdi as per his determination, took Baba's darshan and prostrated himself before him. Baba gave him such experiences that he became his devotee. He stayed there for 4 days and returned home with Baba's udi and blessings. Within a fortnight, he was transferred on promotion to Bijapur. His nephew's case gave him an opportunity for seeing Baba, and this visit engendered in him a never failing love for the saint's feet. Let's go to Dr. Pillai's story. One Dr. Pillai was intimate Bhakta of Baba. He was much liked by Baba, who always cared him Bau, like brother. Baba talked with him off and on and consulted him in all matters and wanted him always his side. This Pillai suffered once very badly from gunia worms. He asked to Kaka Sahib Dikshit, "The pain is most incruciating and unbearable. I prefer death to it. This pain, I know, is for repaying past karma, but to go to Baba and tell him to stop the pain and transfer the working of my past karma to 10 future births of mine." Mr. Dikshit went to Baba and told him his request. Then Baba, being moved by his request, said to Dikshit, "Tell him to be fearless. Why should he suffer for 10 births? In 10 days, he can go out, work out the sufferings and consequences of his past karma. While I am here to give him temporal and spiritual welfare, why should he pray for death? Bring him here on somebody's back and let us work and finish his suffering once for all." The doctor was brought in that condition and was seated on Baba's right side, where Fakir Baba always sat. But Baba gave him bolster and said, "Lie calmly here and be at ease. The true remedy is that the result of past action has to be suffered and got over. Our karma is the cause of our happiness and sorrow. Therefore, put up with whatever comes to you. Allah, God, is the sole dispenser and protector. Always think of Him. This will take care of you. Surrender your to His feet with body, mind, wealth, and speech. That is completely, and then see what he does." Dr. Pillai said in return that Nana Sahib had put a bandage over the leg, but he found no relief. Nana is a fool, replied Baba. Take off the bandage or else you will die. Now a crow will come and peck you, then you will recover. While this conversation was going on, when Abdul, who always cleaned the masjid and trimmed the lamp, turned up. While he was attending to his work of training, his foot accidentally fell upon the stretched leg of Dr. Pillay. The leg was already swollen, and when Abdul's foot fell upon it and pressed it, all the 7 gunya worms were squeezed out at once. The pain was unbearable, and Dr. Pillay bawled out loudly. After some time, he calmed down and began to sing and cry alternately. Then Pillay inquired when the crow was coming and peeking. Baba said, did you not see the crow? He won't come again. Abdul was the crow. Now go and rest yourself in the vada, and you will be soon all right. By application of the udi and by taking it in the stomach with water and without taking any other treatment or medicine, this disease was completely cured in 10 days as predicted by Baba. Let us now see the Shama's sister-in-law. Shama's younger brother Babaji was staying near Saul. Well, once his wife was attacked with bubonic plague. She had high fever and 2 buboes in her groins. Bapuji rushed to Shama at Shirdi and asked him to come and help. Shama was frightened, but according to his wound, he went to Baba, prostrated himself before him, invoked his aid, and requested him to cure this case. He also asked his permission to go to his brother's house. Then Baba said, don't go there at this late hour night. Send her Udi. Why care for the fever and bubos? God is our father and master. She will be all right easily. Do not go now, but go in there in the morning and return immediately. Shama had full faith in Baba Sudi. It was sent to with Babaji. It was applied on the bubos, and some of it was mixed with water and given to the patient for drinking. No sooner was it taken, the perspiration set in profusely, the fever abated, and the patient had a good sleep. Next morning, Babaji was surprised to see his wife all right and refreshed with no fever and bubos. When went there next morning with Baba's permission, he was also surprised to see her health and preparing tea. On questioning his brother, he learnt that Baba's Udi cured her completely in one night. Then Shama realized the significance of Baba's words. Go there in the morning and then return immediately. After taking tea, Shama returned and after saluting Baba said, Deva, why is this play of yours? You first raise the storm and make us restless and calm it down and ease us. Baba replied, you see, my mysterious is the path of action. Though I do nothing, they hold me responsible for the actions which take place on the account of Adrish Adrishta, that is destiny. I am only their witness. The Lord is the sole doer and inspirer. He is also most merciful. Neither am I God nor Lord. I am his obedient servant and remember him often. He who casts aside his egoism thanks him, and he who trusts him entirely will have his shackles removed and will obtain liberation. Let's go to Irani's daughter. Now read the experience of an Irani gentleman. His young daughter got fits every hour. When the convulsion came, she lost her power of speech. Her limbs got shrunk and contracted, and she fell down senseless. No remedy gave any relief. Some friend recommended Baba's Udi to her. Her father asked him to get it from Kaka Sahib Dikshit at Vile Parle, that is suburb of Bombay. Then the Irani gentleman got the Udi and gave it mixed with water to his daughter daily for drinking. In the beginning, the convulsions, which were coming on hourly, came every 7 hours, and after a few days, the daughter recovered completely. Let us now go to the story of Harda gentleman. An old gentleman of Harda, that is CP, was suffering from a stone in his bladder. Such stones are generally removed by surgical operations, and people recommended him to undergo one. He was very old and weak, lacked strength of mind, and could not think of submitting himself into surgical treatment. His suffering was soon to end in another way. The Inamdar, city officer of the town, happened to come there at time. He was a devotee of Baba and had always a stock of udi with him. On recommendation of the friends, his son got some udi and mixing it with water gave it to old father to drink. Within 5 minutes, the udi was assimilated, the stone was dissolved and came out as urine, and the old man was soon relieved. Let us go to the last story, Bombay lady. A woman of the Kayastha Prabhu caste in Bombay always suffered terrible pain in her delivery. She was very much frightened each time she became pregnant and did not know what to do. Sri Rama Maruti of Kalyan, who was a devotee of Baba, advised her husband to take to Shirdi for a painless delivery. When she next became pregnant, both husband and wife came to Shirdi, stayed there for some months, and worshipped Baba and got all the benefits of his company. After some time of the delivery, After some time of the hour of the delivery came as usual. There was obstruction in the passage from the womb. She began to suffer labor pains, did not know what to do, but began to pray Baba for relief. In the meantime, some neighboring woman turned up, and after invoking Baba's aid, gave her udi mixture to drink. In 5 minutes, the women delivered safely and painlessly. The issue was still born according to its fate, but the mother got rid of anxiety and pain and thanked Baba for its safe delivery and ever remained grateful to him. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Om Sri Sai Ram.